Long time no see from We're Not Dead Yet. After getting off to a strong start with 3 solid episodes, I've now been MIA for a couple of weeks. Well, nobody said that rocking your next chapter would be easy, did they? No. Life's roller coasters continues to take us on its wild ride, and that is certainly what's happened to me over the last couple of weeks. I had planned ahead and filmed ahead so that I would not get behind when my husband and I took a long-planned and twice pandemic-postponed trip for a wedding in Italy. I left with all intention of not missing a beat. All I had to do was make a few tweaks to the episodes that would air while I was gone and upload them. With 10 to 12 hours in the air and modern technology, what could go wrong? Delta and GoGo in-flight apparently no longer offer international day passes. So I slept instead and said, no big deal, I'll find a little bit of time in my hotel room off the itinerary to make the necessary adjustments. So the first evening in our hotel room in Italy, I popped open my laptop and to my surprise, the Wi-Fi in Ravello was not strong enough to even watch a video, let alone make any tweaks or upload it to anything. I wasn't going to let some wacky YouTube algorithm deter us from enjoying our once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at this destination wedding for our friend. And it was epic in every way. Craig and I and our hosts took We're Not Dead Yet to all-time highs, to new extremes. There were goodie bags and custom limoncello bottles. We ate lavish meals, outrageous quantities of gourmet food. I ate my weight in octopus, every chance I could get. We drank gallons of Aperol spritzes and Prosecco and Italian wine and limoncello, whatever was offered. We hiked up and down thousands of steps. If you've ever been to the Amalfi Coast, you know what I'm talking about. We boated, we made pizza, and we even jumped into the Mediterranean, or the Tyrrhenian, as it is called there. I felt fabulous in the outfits that I almost jumped off a bridge trying to design and make for months, including sewing on them up until the morning of our departure. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we left our 17-year-old daughter and 92-year-old mother with our 3 dogs. Our biggest fear was our 17-year-old throwing a wild party with my mother's consent. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we left our 17-year-old daughter and my 92-year-old mother home with our 3 Havanese dogs. Our biggest fear was that the 2 of them would have a rager, which really is not out of the realm of possibility for either of them. But instead, our daughter Regan came down with COVID. We felt like parents of the year. We're partying in Italy while our daughter is homesick. But we were reasonably sure that she was young and healthy and wouldn't have anything more than flu-like symptoms. She did a great job staying in her room and keeping away from Gamma, who, although vaccinated, we didn't want to take any chances. And she got over it and was allowed to go back to school. So on the day after she was admitted back to school, she got a call from Gamma while she was letting the dogs out in the morning. Gamma was in her room and said she'd fallen on her way to the bathroom. Regan had to literally hoist my mom up to sit her down. My mom was in a lot of pain and reported she couldn't move. She was having trouble breathing. So Regan called 911 and the paramedics came and thought maybe she'd broken some ribs and rushed her to the emergency room. Of course, Regan couldn't go because of COVID restrictions. Meanwhile, Craig and I had made our way to Santorini for a little bonus extension of our trip since we were already in Europe. Regan calls and fills us in on what's been happening. So here we are in Santorini trying to get word on my mom. She's not answering her phone. She's not answering texts. Nobody from the hospital is calling. I finally get a hold of a nurse who reports that my mother has been taken into surgery. When I talk to the surgeon afterwards, I find out my mother was bleeding to death. She had a level 5 rupture of her spleen, and they had to urgently remove it. She was doing well in recovery and would be in ICU, where she could have one named visitor. Well, of course, we weren't getting back if we started that moment for a couple of days, so Regan would be the named visitor. So Craig and I reasoned that for the moment, we would just keep with our plan of returning home in a couple of days. And in recovery, my mom made me promise we would not cut our trip short. So meanwhile, Regan is taking care of the house, 3 dogs, going to school, running back and forth to the hospital, basically being a 17-year-old superhero. All was fine until she had to go to work at Topgolf. Our youngest Havanese, terrified of strangers, escaped under the fence when a neighbor came over to let them out for us. So Regan had to rush home from work and head up an army of searchers in the driving rain to recover our little Aspen. She did recover the muddy, wet, matted dog, thank God, in another subdivision. Since I've been home, I've been dealing with the hospital, with the rehab facility, taking things back and forth to my mom. We also had homecoming weekend. I have been inundated with life. Even my editor's horse had to go into surgery yesterday. Get well, Charlie. Mom, aka Gamma, is doing so well in rehab. She's really self-sufficient, and we're springing her tomorrow. She is one tough cookie. She misses home. Honestly, she misses the dogs and turkey tacos more than anything. So life's trials and even celebrations have gotten me way off track, but really that's what this channel's supposed to be about. Inspiring women that no matter what happens, you can get back up, dust yourself off, and start again. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. Thank you for your support, and I do hope that this channel will be a support for you. Ciao!